thing called tuna sashimi? 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys, Toon here back again. This time I'm going to do a pickups video. I haven't done a pickups video for quite a while now, but well, I say it was my PC Engine stuff, which I picked up over quite a few months. But I've also picked up a lot of other retro stuff, which I'll show you a video of what I've got. But what we'll do is start off with some of the newer stuff I've picked up and what I've actually been playing. So we'll start off with some Wii U games, I think. The first one I picked up was Super Mario Bros. Wii U. Wii U. But anyway, that's dropped in price lately. It's a Nintendo Select, so you can get it for about 15 quid. I haven't actually got around to playing it yet, but I will do. This game does look pretty cool. It's 2D, it's a 2D Mario game. So that was the first one. Done a bit of an exchange and swap with my mate and picked up Kirby and the Rainbow Paintbrush. This is it's a weird little game when you move Kirby along and you got to put lines on the screen to make him get around the levels. I don't know whether it'll be my bag, but it came in a bit of an exchange, so I thought, well, may as well, I'll give it a try. So that was the second game. The other one I picked up is Star Fox Zero. This one's a little bit contentious with the crazy controls that Nintendo have actually put on this game. What I will say is, when you first play it, the controls are stupidly hard. Basically, they're insane. You just don't get what you're doing. You crash a lot and die. After you play it for about 4 or 5 hours, you do start to get the hang of the controls, and it does make the game a lot better. But I don't know why Nintendo just didn't give us a proper Star Fox game. But like I say, I put quite a few hours into this, and I have come to sort of quite like it. It is a pretty good game if you can get used to the controls. You know, there is a pretty decent Star Fox game actually under all this. But I don't know, Nintendo and Miyamoto just insisted on stupid motion controls and stuff. And while you're doing the space battles, when you're just flying around, you know, the extra aiming, moving the Wii U pad is actually quite useful. And it's an extra depth you get. But then when it comes to you really got to use it to target chips and stuff, it does take quite a lot of practice. So it's a bit of a steep learning curve on that one. But so, you know, if you're willing to put the effort in, it's not a bad game. Like, it's pretty good. So that's Star Fox. I'm not sure if I showed you this before. I may have. But anyway, Splatoon I picked up a little while ago. Like I said, I could well have showed you this before. Pretty cool online shooter where Nintendo have done something completely different and new. It's a pretty cool fun game. You know, if you fancy an online shooter on your Wii U, go ahead, pick it up. It's pretty good fun. Right, okay, so I think that is the Wii U stuff I've picked up. So let's go into a bit of the PS4 stuff I've picked up over the last couple of months. So first we'll go with Dark Souls 3. If you ever played any of the Dark Souls games, you'll know what to expect with this one. Pretty much the same sort of thing. Pretty excellent game, I have to admit. It is fantastic, and it's definitely worth a 9 out of 10. It is very, very good indeed. I loved it from beginning to end, and I will go back and play through it again, or try and unlock new stuff or get to areas which, well, I think I got to all the areas and fought all the bosses anyway. But yeah, Dark Souls 3, fantastic. If you like the other games, Bloodborne, anything like that, can't go wrong, to be honest. The other one I picked up is Ratchet and Clank. This is a remake of the PS2 original, and all I can say with this game is, wow, the graphics on this game are stupid. It looks better than a Pixar cartoon. I'm not kidding, it does actually look better than a Pixar cartoon. Fantastic game. It's about 8 hours long. Nothing, it's not going to keep going forever, but you can pick it up for about 20 quid. So well worth the money. If you fancy an old school 3D platform game with really fun mad weapons and really cool areas and some pretty stunning visuals, can't go wrong with that game. I reckon that's definitely worth a 9 as well. It's a very, very good game. And to be honest, the amount of effort Insomniac actually have put into that for a remake, you don't see it in half the games that get released now. You know, they put so much effort into that. They made a pretty fantastic looking product. Uncharted 4, well, what can I say? Uncharted 4, fantastic games, been getting 10s all around. I played through it all, really enjoyed it. It's a little bit slow to start, to be honest, and driving the Jeep can be a bit of a pain in the ass, but you know, fantastic game. You know, if you've got a PS4, you need to buy it and play it. Plus, you've got the online. I think I'd probably give it about a 9, but a lot of people have been giving it 10s, but it definitely is well worth its review. It's very, very good indeed. Another surprise game, which I pre-ordered it straight away because I really fancied the look of it, was Doom. The remake of Doom on the PC, PS4 and Xbox One. Oh my god, this game is really good fun. It's pretty much, it's an old school shooter. In basically, you go to an area, fight some monsters, go to an area, fight some monsters. But it does a lot of things, like you can run up to monsters and smash them in the face, step in their head, you know, glory kills they call it. But at first it just seems like a really fun thing to do, that's really fast. But it is tactical, because you do get energy, you get weapons and energy back when you do it. And you've got the chainsaw, which you can't use continuously like the old Doom. That's tactical as well. You get ammo back if you use the chainsaw on enemies. But really good fun game. Took me a fair while to finish as well. I can't remember exactly how long, but it must be it's got to be about 15 hours long. It is really good. It's got a really cool reversible cover, the same as the Uncharted one. But if you fancy an old school shooter with some crazy levels and really fast nuts gameplay, can't fault it. It's very good. The one I picked up as well is Mighty Number 9. It's been getting really terrible reviews. This one comes with some extra artwork and things like that in the book, which is really nice poster and things like that, and it comes with a cross-buy, so you can play it on their PS3 and the Vita. So once you sign into your account, you can download it. I haven't played a huge amount at the moment, but I gotta be honest, I wasn't really expecting that much from it, where I think a lot of people were expecting this fantastic Mega Man game. It looks a bit like a PS3 game, to be honest, and underneath it all, but it does play well, and it does seem like the game is set up for speed running. I need to get into it, but one thing, it is difficult, but I don't think it's as bad as what people are saying. People are saying, oh, it's, yeah, 4 out of 10. I think that's pretty harsh. It's, you know, it's not amazing, but it's definitely not terrible. It just, I think it suffered from them showing videos of it running on the Unreal 4 engine and looking very pretty, and then when it came out it looked nothing like it. But made by the Mega Man creator, you know, it's a pretty decent game. Once you know, if you don't expect much from it, I think you might actually enjoy it. But you know, I can see where people have been waiting for years and years for it to come out, and it was kickstarted for a long time, and they would have promised screenshots and what they were doing. I think everyone was just very disappointed. But like I said, I wasn't expecting much from it, and it seems okay, but I will need to play it a lot more to see if I do like it or not. But I bought that. I also picked up Guilty Gear Revelator, Xrd Revelator. Man, this game looks amazing. It's a 3D fighter, but in 2D style, but the graphics are done like cell shaded 2D, so when you actually look at this game, it looks like an amazing looking 2D game, but it's actually 3D. Stunning looking game, amazing music, amazing graphics, plays really well, loads of cool characters. Yeah, can't fault it. If you like Guilty Gear, or you like Guilty Gear Xrd, pick this one up. You know, they did just a couple of extra characters and stuff and added new updates, but yeah, very, very good. And the last PS4 game I picked up was Odin Sphere. I never really played much of the original PS2 one, but this HD remake on the PS4 is stunning. 2D graphics done by Vanillaware, which always do very sort of like beautiful sort of hand-drawn sort of look to their games. It's a 2D adventure game. It's It's got 5 characters to go through. It takes about 8 hours to go through each character, roughly, if you explore everywhere and pick up all the items, which what I've been doing. Like I say, the game is pretty beautiful. It's, you know, I know it's not 3D, but you know, 2D is stunning. It very, very good game indeed. I've probably done about 20 odd hours on it at the moment. I'm near the end of the Fairies campaign, so then I got 2 other guys left to go. Then I got him on the front, but there to go, and her. So, but really enjoying it so far. Really fun game. Each character is very, very different from each other. But yeah, if you know, go out and pick this up if you've never played the original and you fancy a 2D side-scrolling sort of action adventure game. Pick it up. I've been loving it so far. Right, guys, so that's most of the modern-ish games out of the way. I said I have got a PS3 and a Xbox 360 game, so we'll get them out of the way. Picked up Battle Fantasia. This is Arc System Works fighter. It's not a brilliant game, but it looks really nice. I had that on a swap, so that's pretty cool. I fancied picking it up. So I had that. So you can get it quite cheap these days. I also had this in a swap. This is Project Diva. Unfortunately, this is the Japanese version. It does work on the UK one, but it is very Japanese language heavy, so it's very hard to play. So I picked that up in a swap. But then I also had the, I don't know if you can see it properly, this is the Project Diva figure. The sort of it didn't come with the game. This is like a separate thing you can buy, but it's very cool. Let's see if I can get a light on it so you can have a look. Yeah, it's very cool. As you can see, it's pretty nice. Not something I would have overly gone for, but you know, pretty cool nevertheless. So that's that. That came, you know, that goes with the game. So I had that as well. Right then, let's get a little bit. Oh, I got a couple of DS games here as well. 3DS. I've had a 3DS for ages, and I only really bought Street Fighter for it, to be honest. But I picked up a few games, 2 games lately, which I'm gonna have to play through, because I thought I'd get a 3DS game, give it a go, innit? So the first one I picked up was Kid Icarus. This looks amazing on the 3DS. Very pretty, especially 3D. It looks stunning. It's like a shooter type thing with really nice graphics, loads and loads of speech on it as well. It's seems really, really nice from what I've played of it. Yeah, so that was the first one I picked up. Put that over there. Put that there. And the second one I picked up, because it's just dropped in price because it's come on Nintendo Selects, I had Zelda Link Between Two Worlds. This was brand new as well. I picked up for a tenner. So this game is supposed to be amazing. I haven't played a Zelda game for a long time, really, to be honest. So I thought I'd buy this and give that a go. I haven't played it yet, but I will get around to playing it. Come to think of it, Zelda, there was one more. Here we go. There's one more Wii U game I did actually pick up in a swap as well, which is Zelda Wind Waker HD remake. I had that as well. I wasn't really looking to pick this up because I had this on the GameCube when it first came out, and I played it quite a bit. Enjoyed it, but the fetch quest where you got to go around the sea and find treasure, so annoying on the GameCube. Really got to that point and I just give up because it just annoyed me basically. But apparently they fixed it in this version. This version does look very, very nice on the Wii U. So I had that as well. That was my last Wii U game. Right then, guys, now we get into the retro stuff. So I think we'll start with some PS2 games I've picked up lately. So one is Teoto Memories 2. Really nice pack. I'm not sure, I may have showed you this one before as well, I can't remember. But really nice pack. Comes with things like Puzzle Bobble, Darius Gaiden, Space Invaders, Elevator Action Returns. Very, very, very nice indeed. And they're 60Hz as well, because this is the PAL version, I believe. But yeah, you can switch them to 60Hz. Very, very nice. Got loads and loads of games on it. I don't know whether you can see from that video but there how many games are on there, but you know, if you like arcade games, that's a really, really nice pack for your PS2. Also picked up SNK Chaos, which is the third in the SNK versus Capcom games. This was done by SNK. This is not as good as SNK for Capcom 2, but it's still a pretty good game. It's more Neo Geo fighter sort of type. So that was that. Picked up the Japanese King of Fighters 2000. Can't fault Japanese games. Got a really nice sort of disc and that and booklet, as Japanese games do, much better than the British stuff. But yeah, that's pretty nice. So I had that. Also picked up the Art of Fighting collection, Japanese again. Also, I'm not sure what the disc is like in this one. Yeah, just it looks black, but it is the characters on the disc. Yeah, pretty nice if you like Art of Fighting. I know it's not the best of the Neo Geo fighting games, but it's pretty cool to have more than one disc. The other one is Sega Ages collection. This is volume 24. This is Last Bronx. This came out on the Saturn as well. Actually, the Saturn's quite a nice conversion, but this is pretty much arcade perfect, I think. Well, have I ever played? I think I have played the arcade once before, but yeah, I picked up that. So that's all my PS2 stuff. Right then, Megadrive stuff we're on to now. So I think I'll start with Mega CD. So I picked up a Net again, or a Net Fuchi something. Apparently it more translates to a Net Returns. This is Mega CD game. This is a scroll along fighter. You know, it's not bad, it's nothing fantastic. Wolf Team, you know, they always make pretty mediocre games, but they tend to be quite enjoyable. So I picked, that's the first Mega Drive game I've got. Let's have a look. There's quite a few Mega Drive games here. Burning Force, like I say, I may have showed you this before as well, quite possibly, but this is a Namco arcade game. Well, Japanese games, because such nice boxes on the Mega Drive. So that's a shooter. It's actually pretty cool. The Mega Drive version is pretty nice as well. Like, it's sort of like Space Harrier type shooter into 3D, but works really well. Fatal Labyrinth. This is like an adventure game. This was originally on the Sega download service in Japan. It's only quite a small game. Looks a bit crap, to be honest, but I picked that up quite cheap, so I thought I'd have it. Another Mega Drive game I picked up was Comic Zone. This is one that gets really good reviews, but I've never really played it. Like, I never really sort of got around to actually playing it, but so it does look nice on the back. I played it in an emulator a few times, but it's supposed to be a really cool game, so I picked that up as well, Comic Zone. So that's pretty nice. Ren and Stimpy, like I said, I may have showed you this before as well. There might be a few in here I may have showed you before, guys, because I'm not quite sure, because I haven't done a pickups video for so long. It's been quite a few months, so I'm not entirely sure if one or two of these I may have showed you before, but if I have, just ignore me. But anyway, Ren and Stimpy, this is probably crap. Ren and Stimpy the show, the cartoon, but I did love the cartoon though. The cartoon was crazy. But yeah, I had that. Mega Panel, this is a strategy game, sort of, well, puzzle game, more of a strategy game. Never really thought that much of it, but Yakumo of Retrocore seems to rate it quite highly. He says once you get into it, it is pretty cool. Like I said, another one with a really nice Japanese box. You know what happened? Like, you know, you got like the Comic Zone box is pretty nice, man, I have to say. But then you got like things like that. The Japanese boxes are so nice. But Mega Panel, so I got that. I also picked up, I'll have to sort through a few of these in a minute. Judge Dredd, I only had that the other day, so I haven't actually got around to playing it yet. So that's Judge Dredd on the, it's a, I don't know, platform game, but it's a shooter. Hulk, that is a pretty cool cover, I have to say. Only problem, it's got US Gold written on it, which that makes me think, ooh, this game's probably pretty bad. But that is a cool cover. This is like a sort of platform hack, I don't know, beat 'em up or something. I haven't had a chance to try that yet either. Let's look what else we got. Yeah. I also picked up Alien Storm Japanese. Like I said, that is another really cool cover. I don't know why they changed the artwork. The Japanese artwork is stunning. They should have just kept it because it would have looked much more attractive on the shop shelf. But so Alien Storm is a really cool Sega arcade game, and the Megadrive is a pretty nice conversion, even though they did swap the levels around a little bit. It's a really nice conversion. So that's that. Another one that tends to be a little bit pricey these days is Wardener Special. Wardener is a really cool arcade game, which I did used to play quite a bit in the arcades. It's quite nice. This is like a slightly enhanced version of the arcade, so it's a little bit different. The graphics are a little bit better, I suppose, in some ways. But yeah, Wardener Special on the Megadrive is very nice. Right then, the other things I picked up out of interest, like some of the Megadrive games out there now are really expensive. Like some of the best shoot 'em ups, and tend to be shoot 'em ups, are very expensive. So if you have a look on AliExpress for Megadrive, there's loads of Chinese sellers selling repos of Megadrive games, and the reproductions basically of a lot of the games, but they do a lot of the really rare games. So I thought, oh bollocks to it, I'll buy some repos to give them a try. So I got a few here to show you. First one I show you is Slap Fight. This game, secondhand, an original version of this secondhand will set you back about 300 to 400 quid. I kid you not, it is really, really expensive. I had it back in the day as well, but hindsight is a fantastic thing. Yeah, really expensive. Like I said, this repo comes with quite a shiny plastic cover. It's not like the original Megadrive plastics, which are a bit textured. This is like just a shiny plastic cover. Comes with the artwork. When you open it up as well, they come with a booklet, and they come with the cartridge. If I take the cartridge out, it's the Japanese cartridge. It's got all the artwork and everything on it, and it looks pretty nice, to be honest. Even if you scan the actual barcode on the back, will come up with this game as well. So they've used the proper original covers. They're £10 each. I thought I'd buy a few, and I might just buy a few of the really expensive games, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to spend 400 quid on a Megadrive game, because that's just mental. They're not worth spending that much money on. So these work perfect as well. The only thing I did have, with about 2 or 3 of them, was on my Japanese Megadrive, the cartridge. You can see the cartridge, they were a little bit, I think they were a little bit too big, so I had to basically crack it open and get a file on it and file the edge down a little bit there. It's only in a few of them I had to do, but the British Megadrive, they seem to fit perfect in. So I'm not sure if the Japanese Megadrives have got the slot is slightly smaller or something, but they work perfect, just like the originals, really. So that was the first repo I picked up. Second repo I picked up was Eliminate Down, which is another shoot 'em up. Very, very good shoot 'em up as well. So this is another game that goes for 300-400 quid, which is mental. It always tends to be shoot 'em ups that tend to be worth a lot of money. So I picked that one on repo, same sort of deal. You got your booklet in your cartridge and everything. And it's very nice. It took about 2 weeks to turn up, I think, something like that. So that's that one. I also picked up Glay Lancer. This is another shoot 'em up. Is very, very good. Also another one that costs about 300-400 quid. Same deal with this as well. Cartridge, booklet, works perfect, just like an original, really, which is pretty cool. Another one I picked up was Battlemania 2. I never actually owned this game. I never actually owned Glay Lancer either, or Eliminate Down, but another game that's very expensive. I'm not sure the price on this one, but it ain't cheap. This is a sequel to another game which I can't quite remember the name of at the moment. But yeah, you got 2 girls flying around, so I picked up that one as well. Same deal, booklet and everything. The other one I ordered was Snow Brothers, which is mentally expensive. They showed the Japanese one on the actual advert, but they said that, or they thought because I was in UK they'd send me a UK version, so they've sent me a repro of the UK one, which is a bit of a shame because I wanted the Japanese box. But pretty much Snow Brothers, that's a really nice conversion of the arcade one as well. This is another game I had back in the day as well. Like I say, this game goes for a few £100 now as well. I don't think it actually came out in Britain either, so I'm not sure if this is, I don't know, it might be not proper cover, I don't know. But the cartridge is actually a little bit different on this one. Showing cartridges like the British or American cartridges. But I say, you know, same deal, works perfect, comes with a booklet. Shame I would have rather the Japanese looking one, but yeah, Snow Brothers. So that's repos, which, you know, the reproductions are obviously not as good as the originals. I would much rather have the originals, but I'm not willing to pay the money, so I thought, bugger it, to buy a few repos, may as well. The other thing I got as well is, this might be a bit interesting. I had this, my mate had this, and the cartridge was knackered. I got two Konami games here, Turtles and this, which are both, you know, 60 to 80 quid games. The cartridges are both broke, so you just come up with the Konami logo and that's that. So it's a bit suspicious. I don't know whether the chips have gone on them or something, but I've still got the cartridges here. But this one wasn't working, so what you can do as well, you can buy repos of just the games on their own. So I bought a repo of this cartridge only. I took the faulty cartridge out here and put the repo cartridge in here. So it's not the original, but it's the repo cartridge in here. In the original cartridge, I haven't got the booklet for it, and the original box. But at least I've got a working version of Pro Protector, which is pretty cool. So that was one useful thing about getting repos, and it cost me, I think it was about £3.50 delivered for the cartridge. So that was pretty cool. And my very last thing I've got on here, I'm not even sure when I picked this up or whether I've actually showed you this before either, but Teddy Boy on the Master System. I think it's not exactly a fantastic game, but I can't remember even where I got it from. But I just seen that down there, so that was that. So guys, I think that's my pickups I've done over the last couple of months. Oh, actually, I just remembered there's another two games here as well. Now I'm looking up here. Actually, make that 3 games. Yeah, it's another 3 games here I got to add to the list. One is Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. I just seen it in a charity shop for £1, so I thought I'd buy it. I doubt you even played it. Don't know if it's any good, but I thought for £1 it'd be rude not to pick it up. The other things I picked up is 2 Japanese GameCube games. The first one is Monkey Ball. This is a really nice conversion of Monkey Ball as well on the GameCube. I say these Japanese games come in crappy cardboard boxes with really nice artwork, and then inside you've got a plastic case, a little bit different to the UK designs, and it slips over the top. So that was Monkey Ball, which is cool. And I love the PC Engine. I love PC Kid on the PC Engine as well, and I picked up Japanese remake of PC Kid. I did do a review of this quite a while ago, and yeah, it's a pretty nice remake actually. It's pretty good. It's much better than Adventure Island, which I think is a bit crap. But yeah, so PC Kid on the GameCube, which is pretty cool. So I don't think this came out in America or UK. I could be wrong on the American one, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. But yeah, pretty nice Japanese one. So guys, that's my haul of games I've picked up probably since, I don't know, it's probably since February, Christmas. It's been quite a while since I've done pickups, so since my last pickup video anyway. So hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I'll have to come up with some review or something for my next video. So I'll see you then. So hope you enjoyed. Catch you again. Bye now.